Have you ever felt stuck when trying to strike up a conversation with someone? You know, that uncomfortable silence that seems to scream, "Help." If you're an introvert, this is probably a daily struggle. But what if I told you that being a good conversationalist isn't a gift, it's a skill that anyone can master, including you? Today, I'm going to show you step by step how to become excellent at casual conversation without forcing it and without losing yourself. Stick with me until the end, because the last step is the most powerful one of all. Step number 1, understand the game of conversation. Many people believe that being a good conversationalist means having quick responses, ready-made jokes, and incredible stories at the tip of your tongue. But that's a superficial view of what really sustains a good conversation. The truth is that good conversation isn't about talking a lot. It's about listening carefully and responding with intention. And here's the big twist. If you're an introvert, you already have a natural advantage. Introverts tend to observe more, listen deeply, and think before they speak, traits that, when used well, turn any exchange into a real connection. Most people are so busy trying to stand out in conversation that they forget to simply pay attention to the other person. And that's exactly where you stand out. Instead of trying to impress, you listen with presence. Instead of dominating the space, you offer a safe space for the other person to speak. And guess what? People love that. Everyone wants to be heard, understood, and respected. So understand this: the real conversation game isn't about showing how much you know, but about creating an environment where the other person feels comfortable. If you focus on listening more than talking, asking genuine questions, and showing sincere interest, you're already playing at a level that most people don't even know exists. This is the foundation of any successful conversation, and the first step to mastering the art of communication while still being yourself. Step 2, use the 3-layer technique. One of the biggest obstacles for introverts is not knowing how to keep a conversation flowing naturally. You start with a hi or a comment about the environment, but soon you feel stuck in that awkward silence. This is where the 3-layer technique comes in, a simple and effective way to deepen any conversation without sounding forced. The first layer is a neutral comment, something easy, observable, and that anyone can respond to. For example, "It's pretty crowded here today, isn't it?" Or, "It's too cold for just one coffee." It's like opening a door. The second layer is shared interest, something that creates identification. You can follow up with, "Do you prefer quieter places or crowded places like this? Or do you like it colder or warmer?" At this stage, you are already inviting the other person to participate in the conversation with a little more personality. Finally, the third layer is personal exploration, where the conversation gains depth and starts to get really interesting. Something like, "Why do we feel more productive in the cold?" Or, "Do you have any good memories associated with this weather?" Notice the difference? You started with a trivial comment and naturally arrived at a meaningful conversation. This technique works because it respects the rhythm of the interaction and allows the other person to feel comfortable opening up. For introverts, it is a powerful weapon. You don't have to come up with elaborate topics. You just need to escalate intelligently. Best of all, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Conversation ceases to be an effort and becomes a genuine exchange. Step 3, have key phrases up your sleeve. One of the biggest challenges for introverts during informal conversation is the fear of silence or not knowing what to say at the right time. This is because, unlike extroverts who tend to think out loud, introverts usually process ideas internally before expressing themselves, which can lead to a blank mind when it's time to respond. Therefore, a powerful strategy for mastering conversation without anxiety is to have a few key phrases ready to use at different times. These phrases act as simple tools that keep the dialogue flowing, without the pressure to come up with something from scratch on the spot. Classic examples are questions that show genuine interest, such as, "How did you come up with that idea?" "Really? Tell me more about that," or "What led you to do that?" These questions not only keep the conversation going, but also make the other person feel valued and heard. Another benefit is that they give you time to process the response and think about what to say next, creating a comfortable rhythm for the interaction. In addition, these phrases are versatile and can be used in a variety of situations, whether in an informal meeting, at a party, or even in a quick conversation at work. Having this repertoire prepared helps reduce social anxiety and increases confidence because you know you have a plan B when you lack inspiration. Over time, repeated use becomes natural, and you no longer even realize that you are using memorized phrases. They become part of your authentic way of talking. So if you want to master the art of casual conversation as an introvert, invest in building this arsenal of questions and phrases that connect. It's a simple step, but it makes all the difference in turning any chat into a meaningful exchange. Step 4. Stop trying to impress. Many people think that to stand out in an informal conversation, you need to be the funniest, smartest, or most charismatic person in the room. This pressure to impress weighs even more heavily on introverts, who often feel that they don't have these natural qualities at first glance. But the secret to mastering conversation is not about being the center of attention, but rather about taking the focus off yourself and putting it on the other person. This means stopping trying to impress and instead focusing on making the other person feel heard, respected, and valued. When you do this, you automatically create a more comfortable and receptive environment where conversation flows effortlessly. People have a basic need to feel important, and nothing is more powerful than showing genuine interest in them. Active listening, asking questions that show genuine curiosity, and validating what the other person is saying are all things that make any conversation better, without you having to be a comedian or a professional storyteller. Plus, by taking the pressure off to impress, you feel lighter and more authentic, which makes your communication more natural and enjoyable. This lightness, combined with empathy, is the key to truly connecting with others. The world is full of people trying to show off, but those who master conversation are those who make others feel special. So if you're an introvert and want to stand out, remember, stop trying to impress, start valuing others, and conversation will become much easier and more enjoyable for you and for those on the other side. Step 5. Practice in the real world. Mastering casual conversation, especially for introverts, doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires constant practice and gradual exposure. Just like learning to play a musical instrument or practicing a sport, the ability to communicate well only develops when you actually put yourself in real situations and face the challenge, even if it's just a little at a time. Start small. Exchange a few words with the cashier at the grocery store, greet a coworker in the hallway, or ask a simple question to an acquaintance at a party. These quick interactions are like mini exercises that build your confidence and help you develop a natural repertoire of things to say and responses to give. Don't worry about being perfect or making a great impression right away. The important thing is to take action and step outside your comfort zone. Making mistakes is part of the process, and each mistake brings valuable learning. Over time, you'll find that these interactions become easier, less stressful, and even fun. This constant practice also helps reduce social anxiety and fear of judgment, which are major barriers for introverts. As you expose yourself to different types of conversations and people, you learn to deal better with silences, interpret nonverbal cues, and adjust your tone and pace. Real-world practice transforms what seemed like an uncomfortable obligation into something natural and spontaneous. So treat every conversation as practice, not a test, and mastering the art of small talk will become a real and lasting achievement in your life. Step 6. Be yourself and value your style. Ultimately, mastering small talk doesn't mean changing who you are or trying to be someone who doesn't fit your natural style. Quite the contrary, the real secret lies in accepting and valuing your own communication style, even if it's more reserved, thoughtful, or even quiet. Being introverted is not a flaw, but rather a trait that brings with it unique skills, such as the ability to listen deeply, think before you speak, and create more genuine connections. By allowing yourself to be yourself, you create an atmosphere of authenticity that is hard to ignore. People can sense when someone is putting on a persona, and this can create discomfort and distance. When you speak from your true self, communication flows naturally and interactions become meaningful. Valuing your style also means respecting your boundaries. If you need breaks, moments of silence, or less stimulation, that's okay. This is part of your rhythm and helps you maintain your energy to be effectively present in conversations. In addition, when you know yourself well, you can better choose the situations you want to get involved in and who is worth investing your time and attention in. This way, your conversations become more than just an exchange of words. They become real exchanges of energy and ideas. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to talk, just the way that works best for you. So embrace your style, respect your time, and build your connections from your truth. That's the key to becoming a master of casual conversation without changing who you are. Mastering casual conversation as an introvert goes far beyond techniques and strategies. It's an invitation to transform the way you relate to yourself and others. As you open yourself up to the process, you realize that every interaction is an opportunity for learning, growth, and even fun. True mastery in communication lies in allowing yourself to be present with curiosity and courage, even when it requires stepping outside your comfort zone. It's not about achieving perfection, but about creating authentic moments that resonate with you and those around you. Over time, these small achievements will add up and build new confidence, which manifests itself not only in your words but in the energy you convey. So embrace the challenge with patience and kindness toward yourself, knowing that the path of communication is a continuous journey of discovery, and that you, in your own unique way, have everything you need to stand out along the way. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below telling me which city you're watching from, and I'll mark it with a heart. Take care and see you in the next video.